In the quiet corners of a seemingly idyllic countryside, a shocking scene unfolds. Behold a magnificent white horse, its once glorious coat now marred by the grotesque presence of a barnacle infestation. These barnacles, normally associated with the tough, salty exterior of marine life, have found an unthinkable host in this noble creature. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into a morbid fascination. What you see is not merely the struggle of an animal, it is a dark testament to the grim realities of nature's relentless march and its unfathomable choices. The barnacle, a crustacean that typically clings to rocks and ships, has made the sensitive skin of this horse its home, creating a chilling juxtaposition of beauty and horror, life and decay. In clinical terms, barnacles attach themselves to the skin by secreting a glue-like substance that forms a bond stronger than most adhesives known to man. The white horse's skin reacts defensively, leading to painful inflammation and severe lesions that ooze and weep with every laborious movement. These barnacles form grotesque clusters, hard and sharp, effectively creating a living, breathing, gruesome armor around the horse's body. As the infestation spreads, it becomes a parasitic nightmare. The horse struggles not only against the barnacles themselves, but also against secondary infections that invade the vulnerable skin beneath. The relentless infestation leads to irritation and suffering that extends beyond what is visually horrifying, impacting the horse's overall health and vitality. One must ponder the roots of such an infestation. How does one creature become the unwilling host for another, thriving on its distress? This poignant reality beckons us to examine the broader canvas of interactions in nature, a delicate balance often disrupted by human actions. Are these barnacles mere opportunists or reflections of a nature that has given up on its boundaries? In our pursuit of expansion and convenience, have we unknowingly created a world where the lines between habitat and harm blur? As we gaze into the haunting eyes of this beleaguered horse, we cannot escape the unsettling truth. We humans are not separate from this narrative. Our footprints, our transgressions, have repercussions that reverberate through ecosystems, often leading to grotesque outcomes that defy the laws of beauty and grace. Barnacles on a horse may elicit disgust, but are they not also a mirror reflecting our own neglect of the natural world? Ironically, perhaps the next time you see a barnacle, you might not just think of the sea or a shipwreck, but of a white horse, a victim of nature's cruelty, which is, after all, partly our making. And remember, if you ever find yourself in a barnacle predicament, just remember to keep your distance. They really make getting stuck a whole new level of discomfort. In the desolate expanse of the Arctic tundra, where the biting winds howl like lost souls, a haunting figure emerges from the snow. A white fox, its pristine fur marred by a grotesque affliction. This is not just any ordinary wound. It is a horrific barnacle infestation, a testament to nature's cruel and unyielding hand. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into the unsettling reality of this creature's plight. The barnacles, typically found clinging to rocks and ships, have found an unlikely host in this vulnerable fox, transforming its once elegant form into a nightmarish tableau of nature's darker side. Each barnacle, a small, hard-shelled creature, has burrowed into the fox's skin, creating a grotesque landscape of white and yellow, a stark contrast against the animal's snowy coat. The infestation is not merely a surface issue, it penetrates deep, causing pain and suffering that is almost unimaginable. The barnacles feed on the fox's flesh, drawing nutrients from its very being, leaving behind a trail of infection and decay. This is a brutal reminder of the harsh realities of survival in the wild, where even the most majestic creatures can fall victim to the relentless forces of nature. As we delve deeper into the biology of these barnacles, we uncover a fascinating, yet disturbing truth. These crustaceans, known for their tenacity, attach themselves to any surface they can find, often leading to catastrophic consequences for their hosts. In the case of our white fox, the barnacles have not only invaded its body, but have also compromised its ability to hunt and thrive in an unforgiving environment. The fox, once a symbol of cunning and agility, now struggles under the weight of its unwelcome passengers. This infestation serves as a chilling metaphor for the impact of external forces on the natural world, a reflection of how the balance of life can be disrupted in an instant. As we ponder the fate of this unfortunate fox, we are compelled to consider the broader implications of our relationship with nature. Humans, in our quest for progress, often overlook the delicate ecosystems that sustain life. Just as the barnacles latch onto the fox, we too can become parasites in our environment, consuming resources without regard for the consequences. The dark twist in this tale is a reminder that, while nature can be brutal, it is also a reflection of our own actions. In the end, we must ask ourselves, are we the barnacles, clinging to our comforts at the expense of the world around us? Perhaps it is time to shed our own layers of complacency and recognize the interconnectedness of all living beings. After all, in the grand tapestry of life, we are all just one thread in a much larger design. In the heart of a dense, shadowy forest, a haunting sight emerges: a deer, once a symbol of grace and beauty, now marred by a grotesque affliction. Its flank is a canvas of horror, a barnacle wound that seems to pulsate with life, a stark reminder of nature's darker side. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into a world where the line between life and decay blurs, where the majestic creature struggles under the weight of an infestation that is as fascinating as it is repulsive. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous marine creatures, have found an unlikely host in this terrestrial mammal, transforming the deer into a living testament to the relentless march of nature's cruelty. These crustaceans, typically found clinging to rocks and ships, have adapted in a most unsettling way. They latch onto the deer's skin, burrowing in and creating a grotesque colony that thrives on the very essence of its host. The barnacles, with their hard calcified shells, form a painful armor, causing the deer to suffer from infections and debilitating wounds. Each barnacle is a tiny fortress, a reminder of how life can flourish in the most unexpected and disturbing places. The deer, once a proud inhabitant of the forest, now limps through its domain, a shadow of its former self, as the barnacles continue their relentless feast. As we delve deeper into this dark tale, we uncover the unsettling truth about barnacle infestations. These creatures are not merely parasites. They are opportunists, thriving in environments where they can exploit the vulnerabilities of others. The deer, in its struggle, becomes a metaphor for the delicate balance of ecosystems, where the line between survival and suffering is razor thin. It raises questions about the ethics of nature. How can such beauty coexist with such brutality? In a world where humans often impose their will on nature, we must reflect on our role in this intricate web of life. Are we not, in our own way, barnacles clinging to the earth, sometimes causing harm without realizing it? As we watch the deer, we are reminded that nature is not just a backdrop for our existence. It is a complex, often harsh reality where every creature plays a role, for better or worse. And as we ponder this dark twist of fate, we can't help but chuckle at the irony. Perhaps the deer is just a